to the vlog. So good to have you here. I am high as a kite this week. Lots of change in the air, and I put a big post out across my socials yesterday talking about the culmination of much of my hard work and dedication over, it genuinely feels like almost 2 decades, probably more than that actually, and my almost laser focus on building a life that I am truly proud of, but building a life that I love, and one where I'm like excited to get to wherever I'm going every day. So work obviously makes up a large proportion of our life. And I've always been of the mindset that like, if you do something that you really, really love, like you don't work a day in your life. And all of the things that I do, and there's been a bit of a expansion, but all of the things that I do, I love them. Like I truly love them. And this is the thing. People, we're all different, right? We all want different things. All of our goals are totally unique and personal to us. And so I know that my level of drive and ambition is perhaps an outlier. But I also know loads of other people with that same level of drive and ambition, right? If you look at all of the very successful, whether you call them like thought leaders, people that have built phenomenal brands and businesses, people that are successful. And the thing is, you don't always know the success that lies behind a person's like business. Every single one of those people will tell you, if you ask them, how did you accomplish this? How did you build this? They will say a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance, a lot of grit, a lot of determination, and a lot of turning down any external noise or critique or opinion. Like, if the things I want for my life aren't what you want for your life, that is totally cool. Like, it's okay if you don't want to build like super successful businesses, if you don't want to explore a career in broadcast and media, if you don't want to partner with super cool brands doing amazing things and you're like, I want to put my energy behind that, like that's totally fine. You don't have to want those things, but nor should we criticize or judge other people who really want to work. Like, that's okay too. And just because a person is driven and ambitious, that does not equate to an entire person's life or personality. But it's a gift. I genuinely feel like my drive and my love for business, for collaboration, for partnership, for brainstorming, for all of that, my love for that is honestly one of my strongest assets. And so this week we are kicking off a brand new venture. It is very exciting, and it doesn't compete with what I do in my coaching or with Orly marketing and media. It doesn't compete at all. It's actually supportive. And I have the structure of my day that's been in flux a little bit since November, to be honest, since I left my full-time corporate role. And let's also be honest, right? Like, I was working a full-time corporate role. I had Cheryl Finlay coaching with a very full roster of amazing people that I work with on a one-to-one coaching and my membership. We launched Orly as I was transitioning out of corporate. Orly is established and we know where our priorities are in that business at the moment. And to be honest, we are growing at a sustained and intentional pace, because what matters most of all to Gary and I is excellent client delivery. And if you're trying to grow too fast, like, you're just not going to do that. And so it's an intentionally set pace that will be sustainable, because we want a business that lasts a lifetime. and it's not a sprint. Like, establishing a really solid business is absolutely marathon mindset, and what comes first and foremostly is our clients and our commitment to those clients. And so that's where the energy of that business is. So it left me wondering, ever the opportunistic, open to conversations, something landed, and I'm so lit up by it. And like I say, it's totally supportive to everything else that I am doing, will enhance my learning. It will absolutely accelerate what I'm doing, how I can help my clients, just all of it. And so that's where we're at. It is also Hyrox week. So Gary and I are racing tomorrow. We went to the gym this morning and done our last kind of activation primer session, and now it's all about carb loading, but nothing crazy. I've definitely made mistakes in the past where I've over carbed and then went into the race feeling like heavy, sluggish, bloated, all of that good stuff. Well, it's actually not good stuff, it's terrible stuff for a race. So we're trying a slightly different approach. We're definitely doing a bit more in terms of liquid carbs this time, and not overdoing it on the fuel load. So we'll just see how we go. But we're very excited. And then I'm racing again on Friday with my friend Laura. Not a huge amount of recovery in between, but I'm fit, I train. And then clearly this coincides with week 2 of the 12-week peak as well. And just to throw something else into the mix, I also started a course a couple of weeks ago, and it's the second module tonight, and I will be able to join the live classroom session because I host a call with my membership every other Tuesday night, so I can't make every single one live, but those that I can, I will. So yeah, I feel like a lot of my choices are really paying off, and some of the bigger goals and ambitions that I have. And the thing is, these decisions aren't just made in a silo, in a vacuum, and I don't think about the totality of it all. That's literally what I help people do, is set their goals for their life. What would your dream life look like? Let's get super clear on it, and we break it down. Let's talk about this part, this part, this part. And I'm not just talking what would average feel like? What would an okay life feel like? No, guys, we're here once. Let's do it mega. Let's do it in style. And so when I think about, my life in 6 months' time, I actually have a big birthday coming this year as well. So maybe that's amped up my drive. But when I think about where do I want to be in 6 months' time, where do I want to be in 12 months' time, and when I say picture, I mean picture as in visualization. And then I see myself living it. I see myself waking up, in that space. Who's with me? How am I spending my hours? What's the structure of my day? That's really what your life is. It's how you spend the hours and the minutes that we have been gifted, right? What do I do? And not just keeping all the good stuff for weekends and holidays. I want every day to feel like that. And that's also, as a life coach, what I help my clients do. So it's very exciting. So I'm going to get back to it. I am having a very big business laptopy computer kind of day, and I just can't wait. I just cannot wait. So I'm going to be taking you to Hyrox with us this week, and if you have never taken the time to truly visualize what you would love your life to look like, what you would love it to feel like, I encourage you to carve out some time, go sit somewhere beautiful, somewhere where you feel inspired, treat yourself to a lovely pot of tea or a coffee or whatever your thing is, and take a moment to dream. and to imagine and really let yourself like go big with it. No one will ever know anyway. Like, what have you got to lose? Be as daring as you can and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a fabulous episode. Well, it is race day. We are on our way through to Glasgow. Gaz is with me, and here we are. And Brian as well. We are very excited. Energy is at an all-time high for sure. It's went kind of chill this morning, Gary, hasn't it?
Yes, very chill.
Very chilled.
I was on the compression boots this morning.
Yes, Gary was on the compression boots. I was on them last night and the night before, I think. So our race time is 5:30. We are such a different feeling about this one, you know, like, well, my last race was London and it was my solo. And whilst I'm definitely excited, I choose to call it excitement rather than anything else, it's a completely different feeling to how I felt going into my solo in London. And then Gary and I were both buzzing for Birmingham, but I just know we're going to have a great day today, darling, aren't we? Indeed. So,
PB's incoming.
So we'll take you with us. We obviously have a very big week ahead. So Gary and I are racing today, and then our friend Brian is racing tomorrow. It's his first ever Hyrox, so we're super buzzed for him. And loads of people, loads of our friends. Obviously this is our home Hyrox, and so there's loads of the different kind of teams that we train with, all taking part. And it's just going to be an amazing couple of days. So I'm very excited and just want to have so much fun. And what's my mantra for this one? Look sick, run fast. That's it.
Running Friday as well.
Yeah, running Friday as well. And then Gary's racing on Sunday. So yeah, let's go. What a day yesterday was. Absolutely incredible race. Gary and I were flying, well, Gary in particular was flying and I was holding on for dear life and not letting him get more than a couple of paces ahead of me. We had a great day. It was so, honestly, I cannot say this enough. A few reflections have been going through my mind since yesterday. First of all, I'm so glad that I've like found Hyrox. It's such an amazing thing to like work towards, such a brilliant hobby. But I'm so glad that I made the decision to do my London solo, because I don't know that I'll ever have anything as physically demanding with where I was at in life and everything that was going on around that time. It was so hard, and so it has really given me such greater sense of self-belief and confidence going back in and doing these events now with a partner, because, well, if I managed it by myself, of course I can. So yeah, just so many learnings. And another thing that Gary and I have been discussing about kind of like post-race debrief is how much better we felt for the nutrition that we had. Now, we would always like carb load and super hydrate and all that sort of stuff beforehand, but because we are 12-week peaking at the moment, we were so much more intentional with exactly like whole food based nutrition, and still being planned around our carbs. We pulled back on the fibre, we pulled back, not the fibre, the protein, we pulled back on the fats, and it was just honestly feeling incredible. So we are up with the lark this morning. Sorry, we're just pulling into the car park because it's day 2 and now it's Brian's turn.
Hey!
Yay! So Brian is our very dear friend, and he is racing today. It's his first Hyrox and he's doing a solo and he's going to smash it. So Gary and I are chief support squad today, and then I am back on again tomorrow. So here is to another epic adventure at Hyrox, and I'll see you guys.
There's a couple who came in here yesterday.
Well, it is now Thursday evening. Is it Thursday evening?
Thursday evening.
Thursday evening, and
Lost a few days.
we have lost a few days. We are currently, Gary and I. Gary, say hello.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are now on our way to the House of Wellness in Coatbridge.
Yes. With tea.
With
a T.
With a T.
Wellness.
Yeah, Wellness. I think I meant Coatbridge. I was
Oh.
yeah, Coatbridge has a T. So clearly we're trying to get as much recovery as we can, because I am racing again tomorrow. And it's early as well. So we have been at Glasgow Hyrox with Brian this morning, where we left you. Brian smashed it, guys. Honestly, see, for that being his first ever Hyrox, and he done a solo, and he only started training with us. He came to a few classes like August, September time, and then came back and started hitting it like hard November. And then it's March, and he's just ran his first, and he was incredible. But I would say this, he's a very strong runner, and he's been running over the last couple of years very consistently. He's been doing parkrun, and we actually spent a lot of time with Brian, and Gary and Brian have been friends for a lifetime, and I've only got to know him recently, but we're very fond of him and we're very close with him, and we're both a bit emotional when he crossed the line because he was emotional. So anyway, very, very proud friends this morning.
Proud of the boy.
Yeah, very proud. He was amazing. And then we watched Barry and Craig Curtis, who own the gym that we train at. We watched them, and then we came straight home because we needed to recover and refeed and carb up for me for tomorrow. But Gary, ever the excellent planner and chief coordinator, had booked us. Gary had won a competition back at Christmas time. One of our other friends, Jacob, who owns Release Therapy, who helps look after all of our injuries and niggles, Jacob was running a competition a couple of months ago at Christmas time, and Gary won it.
No, second.
Gary came second. He didn't win it. Gary came second, and the prize was a voucher for 2 or a treatment for 2 at the House of Wellness with a T.
Yes, with a T.
With a T. And it's contrast therapy. So infrared sauna and ice bath, which is going to be amazing for mine and Gary's recovery. I'm not going to lie, the DOMs have appeared as the day has gone on. I'm living in denial, always the best strategy, and but I'm hoping this gives me a little boost. And then we actually had a little sleep today, done a little bit of admin, but not a lot, not as much as I was planning, although I am on annual leave for 3 days, so I'm sure the world will still turn. But yeah, this is going to be good, isn't it?
Yes, I'm looking forward
And
to it.
guys, Gary has never done an ice bath before, and you've never even done like the cold water swimming or open water swimming, and nothing, none of it. So this is going to be fun.
I'm pretty sure you'll see me almost crying. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
Yeah, well, it'll be brilliant.
Need it for my achy body.
You can break your heart.
Don't break my heart, my achy breaking heart. Right, that's it off. Just don't think you understand. I don't know why I went all American.
Because you're being Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, okay, fine.
You're very welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you're still going. You're still going, but you're a wee bit embarrassed.
I'm a little red in the cheeks right now.
You made that little cute embarrassed face that you make.
Oh dear. Holy shamoli.
Holy. Okay. I don't even. Okay, what am I saying? So yes, we're going to that. We'll take you with us as much as we can. I don't know what filming permissions will be, but I'm sure we'll manage a little something. And I've already done all my skincare so that I can come home, and I need to pack my bag, but I have everything kind of laid out and organised because I done most of it yesterday, ready to go into my bag for tomorrow, because Laura and I are racing at 8:50, but you're kind of going to the start tunnel 10 minutes before, so really it's 8:40 you need to be ready for. So yeah, we're leaving. I think I'm going to need to be up at like 3:45, guys. It's not the best, but we'll make it work. It's like total first world problems. So yeah, I will show you a little bit of what we're getting up to tonight, and then we go again tomorrow morning. Here, Friday morning can mean only one thing. It is female doubles time. Laura and I are here with our little support squad. Well, some of them. We've got more coming in. It's very quiet here this morning. Oh no, I've just seen the athlete registration queue. It's not as quiet as I thought. Super excited. Just want to have so much fun with Laura today. No pressure, just have a great race. It's Laura's first one. Technically it's my 9th race. But last one for a while, so we're going to go out in style. Yeah, feeling really good, super pumped. I'm just ready. It's going to be great.
Let's go! She's doing well.
What a week. It is now Saturday and I have completed both of my races. As ever, full of reflection and lessons, learnings, insights, but mostly just feeling immensely proud of myself and very grateful for a body that allows me to do things like that. Being among, right, so a little bit of a debrief. Obviously raced with Gary on Wednesday night and we were gunning for obviously as fast a time as possible. It's a race. But the thing is, you can't really compare races with each other. Like, you can't compare a London Hyrox with Birmingham, with Glasgow, with Malaga, with Dublin. Like, it's because the layout's all different. And so whilst of course, the race is the same, as in the workouts, the running, like, it's the same. Every course is different. And there are, like, the length and rock zone is different and things. We had a bit of a mishap in Birmingham and we lost about 5 to 6 minutes and we finished with a 1:19. So we were like, if we can have a smooth, safe race, maybe we could push towards... Honestly, we both would have loved sub 1:15. And the whole race felt really fast. Like, Gary was flying around that track and my mission was clear. Like, don't let him go too far ahead of me. Stay on his tail, basically. And then smash the stations. Now, the stations are never an issue for me. I actually love them. And the harder bit for me is always, like, mentally keeping the pace in the running. But I'm a very strong, compromised runner. It doesn't mean I'm super fast, but I can be absolutely, like, hanging out and I'll still be able to run. Like, no problem. I'll find it. And same thing, I can finish running, be super fatigued and jump in and do 20 burpees, like, no problem. So race on Wednesday felt really fast, and I think we got to the roar, and obviously our family and friends were there to support us, and I was kind of communicating with Gary's brother David, who were very, very close with David and his wife Danielle and their kids. And David competes with Gary often as well, and so we talk strategy, we talk tactics, we talk stats, we talk about it all the time. And I said, this is too fast. He's like, it's not too fast, like hold on. Hold on. And I think he said something like, there's no such thing, and I was like, yeah, you're right, it's a race. Like, there's no such thing. And so this is why having the support there is so important. But we held on. And of course, in hindsight, there's one or two little things that we'd done that were like, we lost about a minute there. We didn't need to do it that way. But overall, we were really happy. I must admit, I'm very, very, very proud of Gary. He's in phenomenal shape at the moment, and he's training really hard. And it showed. He was flying around that track. And when we race together again, which it'll be in a while, I'll tell you why, but when we race together again, he can expect a very different athlete from me. So that was race number 1 on Wednesday, and my mum and dad were there, and that makes me really proud as well, because I remember my dad taking me to that venue to like watch pop stars and pop concerts and boy bands and girl bands too, obviously. And now like I'm there performing, competing, taking part. I'm on the stage. It's so cool. And also for them to see me in that setting. My parents have come to loads of my Hyroxes. But yeah, it was brilliant. Gary's parents were there, his brother and sister, our friends as well were there, which was lovely. So that was race number 1. Race number 2, and this was the challenge for me this time, doing 2 so close together. Normally it would take me between 7 to 10 days to feel fully recovered from a Hyrox. Your emotions are all over the place. Your nervous system has been through the ringer. Like the nerves beforehand, the adrenaline, the excitement, the preparation, like making sure you have everything done, all your warm-ups properly, the training load for months beforehand. Like this is not a small undertaking. And then racing on the Wednesday night and then being like almost first out the gates on the Friday morning, I was like, that is not a lot of recovery for me. But it's all in the mind. It's all in how we talk to ourselves. And so as soon as I opened my eyes on the Friday morning, now of course my body wasn't fatigued, sore, stiff. Of course it was. But the last thing I'm going to do is tell myself and reinforce it. Hey, your body's really sore. It's definitely not going to want to run a Hyrox today. Like, what's the point in that? I'm just making it harder for myself. And so I gave myself the biggest pep talk of all time. Well, not of all time. I've had to give myself some pretty serious pep talks over the years. And I was like, this is it. And the thing is, like, it was my partner's first ever race. So it's important for me to be a great teammate to her and lead her through with confidence and conviction and self-belief enough for the both of us, just in case hers falters at any point. That's what a teammate does. And confidence is not something that we are lacking over here. And so I got my mind in the zone right from the moment I opened my eyes, and I was like, we're going to have a phenomenal race today. Loved my outfit. I've had new trainers that I had bought a couple of Hyroxes ago, and I've never felt ready to wear them. Seems silly, but the last thing you want when you're going into something is any doubt about any bit of your kit. You just want to be focused on the race. You don't want to be like stopping to fix your outfit, or your feet are getting sore because of this. Or part of our mishap in Birmingham for Gary and I actually was a trainer malfunction. And so, but anyway, I felt ready to wear them, and that showed me like I was feeling really confident as well, because I was like, nothing's going to stand in my way today. Nothing is standing in my way. No DOMs, no soreness, no nothing. Nothing will stand in my way between me and this race and showing up for my partner. So we got there, again, great support team with us. Gary, as always, literally takes phenomenal care of me. I feel like I'm going to get emotional. This is also what happens, by the way. Absolute emotional exhaustion. He's just wonderful. So we got there, and the energy, and this is what I really wanted to kind of talk about, right? Like, every race is different, and I said this to Laura yesterday as well. Every single race is different, just like every day is different, and every business meeting you go to is going to be different, and every person you meet is going to be different. Like, and these are the collections of experiences that make up our life, and that is why I do these things, right? It's not because I'm ever going to be like the best Hyroxer in the world. Like, that's not what it's about for me. It's about collecting these experiences, these challenges, these things that show you what you're made of, the grit, the ability to just like lock in the heart that it takes, the courage, the conviction, the self-belief, and it shapes you. It actually reshapes you into a person who's like, I can and I will, and nothing will stand in my way. That is literally why I do these things. Also because it can be so much fun. Not every minute of it. Don't let me fool you. It's not always fun. And I was absolutely buzzing when we came off yesterday. And Gary was like, oh my God, like, why are you so happy? And I was like, because it's finished. Because I'm finished. I don't have any more races to do this week. So it was like a race of two halves for me yesterday. Being amongst, and this is the thought that I want to finish before I talk about it, seeing all those women take to the track. Every person will have a different story. Everyone will have experienced grief, loss, adversity, huge highs in their lives, lots of crippling lows. They'll have experienced heartbreak and love and so many moments of self-doubt, not feeling good enough, comparing themselves to others, comparing their bodies to others, comparing their ability to others, comparing their life's achievements and accolades to others. On that track, we are all just athletes taking part, supporting each other. All different abilities, fitness levels, backgrounds, years of training, some people months of training only. Like, we are all the same. We are all, no one is better than anyone else. We are all just there in the pursuit of bettering ourselves. Just a little bit better. A little bit better than I was the last time, please. And there's nothing quite like it. Being amongst those women and standing like shoulder to shoulder with them in the start tunnel and getting the chance to hype them up and share my energy, cheer them on, get the clapping in the tunnel going, remind people that we're there to have fun, right? Like, it's all just, it's a gift. And so when we started racing yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, guys, my legs were screaming at me, and I knew I could feel the inflammation in my body. I knew my legs were heavy. I don't really know if I've spoke about this on this channel. I've hinted at it a little bit, probably over on my other socials. But I actually suffer from a condition called lymphedema. And when I had my, I'm too emotionally spent to talk about this. When I had my cancer treatment, they had to remove, I have spoke about this, they had to remove some of my lymph nodes to see how far like my cancer had spread. And because they're no longer there, right, like they had to remove a section, and because I've definitely spoken about this, because they're no longer there, it means that my lymphatic fluid doesn't drain in the same way, like it doesn't pump around my body the same way, and that means that I can get very swollen. It also means when I'm ill, I get very ill, because my body can't like clear the infection out by itself or quickly enough. It takes longer. It's also why my immune system is lower. But it also means that I get, like, my legs get so heavy sometimes, like physically, as in, you know, they're swollen and they look heavier, but also just they're heavy to move. And it's why I go for a regular massage. It's why the boots have been really good for us. I should really have legs up the wall, 15 minutes every night. I do it sometimes, but I'm not consistent enough with it. But it's also what makes running really hard for me. Hard, not impossible. And I knew, even as soon as I put my outfit on, I was like, my legs are really swollen. Again, am I going to go into it with doubt, or am I going to go into it with self-belief? And so I didn't even give it a second. I was like, well, this is just like, fuck it. We are where we are. This is what we're racing with today. And we will make it work. And the first K, honestly, not just like my quads especially, but my quads, even my shins, my calves, my hammies, everything was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to do right now? Like, we done this literally like 40 hours ago. What are you thinking? But actually, so we first K and then into the ski. The ski was good. It was strong. Splits were great. Ran out of the ski, found my breath, settled down. Dom started to ease off a little bit. Attacked the sled push. And actually watching some of the footage back, I'm like, so we intentionally split the length of the sled push because you're trying to avoid getting too much lactate build up in your quads. But actually watching myself back, I'm like, I was so aggressive that I could have just kept going. I should have just kept going. Because the difference between the male and the female is the weights are lighter. So when you compete in a doubles with a female or a solo as a female, your weights are lighter. As soon as you start going into a mixed or a pro, that's the male weights. And the female has to move the male weight, so it makes it a much harder challenge. And I started pushing into that category to push myself because I love to lift weights and I know that I'm strong. So sled push was brilliant, right back out, right into the next run, into the sled pull, same. The level of aggression was amazing. I'm watching the videos back and I'm like, yeah, I meant business. Slightly different technique because I could see my legs were so fatigued, so I was using a lot of my upper body and my back, which is fine, just gets the job done. Into the next run, guys, I had like the stitch of all stitches, and it's not something I suffer with often, and it was like blinding. I actually had to walk for a second, and my poor teammate was like, you okay? And I was like, I've got a stitch. It was agony. And so we very, very slow run on that run into the burpees. Laura started, bless her, and she just kept going. She done loads. I think she done at least 12. And her strategy was 5 or 6 and then changed. So she done double. And then she kind of turned around to look at me to see if I was like going to be able to do some. And of course I was. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But her giving me that breather, actually I think the stitch was easing by then anyway. Jumped in, done a big set. Can't even remember where they were, but I was feeling great because I'd had that little breather. Got a little penalty. The judge said that I took a little teeny tiny step forward when you're not meant to. So we got a 15-second time penalty. I've never had a penalty before, ever. Whatever. Then I like came alive, guys. I really found my stride after that. And was able to open up the run. My pace I felt stronger. I felt like just more comfortable and confident on the track. And I was like, you're over halfway by that point. The next station is the row. You're getting a decent recovery on the row because I typically tend to split it 300 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters. And more often than not, I take the 400 in the middle. So it means I'm getting the 300 and the 300 at the start, 300 at the end. And I'm a strong rower, so it's all good. It's all like brilliant after that. Then into the farmer's carry. Oh my God, we attacked the farmer's carries. Brilliant. And then lunges, wall balls. But Laura also got a stitch. Slightly just after me, I think the next again run, maybe after the burpees, I think Laura maybe got her stitch. But yeah, oh my gosh, it was so good. But Laura said something. She said, this is so humbling. Like, she's like, I knew this was going to be difficult today, but this is like another level. And let me tell you, she is a fit woman. She's ran her whole life. She's done loads of different challenges and races and competitions, and she's done loads, and she's in phenomenal shape. Her physique actually is like absolute goals. Like, she looks brilliant. She works really hard for it though, but she looks phenomenal. And she actually gave me a compliment, which it really meant the world, because she was like, because I really found my pace to work. Like, I open up in the second half of the race always. And she said, she kept saying in the second half of the race, she's like, you're a machine, oh my God. And I was like, come on, we're great, let's go, we're great. And she was like, the fact that she was like, your ability to run under such fatigue and to keep performing at that level. And she was like, especially after you raced like this on Wednesday night, she was like, what a machine. And it just meant the world, because she didn't need to say that. And I've been a phenomenal teammate. She's honestly so fit, so fast. Her running is unbelievable, and her strength as well. We were in doing a session a couple of weeks ago, and our friend Gillian had put the workout together, and there was a big group of us in, and one of the workouts was seated sled pull. My friend Gillian had put it together because she's an absolute machine as well. And the girls and boys were pulling the same weight, and we sat down to do this, and I had never done it, and I've not been training back as much, and I couldn't get the weight moving, and Laura managed it no problem, Gillian managed it no problem, and I was furious. I actually hurt my shoulder trying to do it, because I was like, not furious at them, furious at me. I was like, why can I not get this weight to move? Gary's like, just take a plate off it, and then you'll be able to move it, and you'll get the workout. I was like, I don't need to make it lighter. Anyway. And then, just like total cherry on top of the cake, is that what you say? Icing on the cake. Cherry on top of the icing. Wow, guys. My little baby cousin was racing yesterday, and we were on the track at the same time. But because I had started before her, I got to see the end of her race, and I was so emotional seeing it. She smashed it. I think like a 1:17. It was her first ever Hyrox. They were amazing. Her and her teammate Kirsty. And I loved that I got to see it. I was standing with like my mum's cousin, Pauline, while she finished. So we had like a little cry and a little hug, and it was just amazing. So today's agenda is restoration, relaxation, and editing this video for you all to watch tomorrow. Then we go again tomorrow for Gary. Gary and David are racing. It's going to be a phenomenal race. And then it's straight back to business on Monday. So I want to thank you all for watching this episode. Please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. I love sharing my life with you guys. I love sharing all the lessons and the learnings. I will always have a life that is full of adventure and challenge and fitness and fashion and style and love and friendship. And I'm sure there will be many challenges afoot, but I also know I am well equipped to handle them, as are all of you. Wishing you a great week ahead, and I'll see you all next week.